Live from the Script Studios, this is San Diego's news source, 10 News.
That is new video since 5 o'clock of the moment the quake rocked Orange County.
The shaking was felt here in San Diego County, and now more than 100 aftershocks have been reported since the 5.1 magnitude quake struck last night north of Fullerton.
The largest, a magnitude 4.1, hit about 3.5 hours ago near Brea. 10 News reporter Michael Chen has been gathering the newest video of the damage. And Michael, some of it shows people scrambling for cover.
Yeah, we've seen the aftermath, products strewn across the floors of stores. This is a beauty shop in La Alhambra. New video shows the moments that merchandise ended up there. Surveillance video just posted online shows the moment the quake sent bottles tumbling in a liquor store. In a different store in La Alhambra, video shows the merchandise being thrown across the store as the clerk makes a run for it. In this Instagram video, the shaking cut short a young musician's practice in Orange County. Surveillance video of a garage shows lights flickering and then cars bouncing around. The quake that broke pipes and windows also made a mess out of this kitchen. The most serious problems in the Fullerton area. Some 15 structures damaged, including cracks in the foundation of this apartment building, where 20 units were red tagged and 83 residents now looking for a place to stay. While the damage was all to our north, the quake was felt in much of North County.
My cat started freaking out, and so I knew it must be something.
From Solana Beach to Leucadia.
I thought, oh, might be in trouble here.
Where Denny Perry said the shaking left him frozen in a chair.
But it was a shaking kind of back and forth, and you're just hoping it stops.
It did after more than a minute of shaking. Taylor Stone did not wait around in his Oceanside home.
Pretty much quickly ran outside and saw other people doing the same.
In Brea, near Fullerton, this Target shopper didn't have time to get out of the store, but did have time to survey the damage.
I'm just glad we weren't buying any glass stuff. Look at the roof.
And back out live, a few more images for you. This is an entertainment center toppled over. And this is a clerk at Stater Brothers in Yorba Linda picking up cans, a lot of messes to clean up today. In the live center, Michael Chen, 10 News. Now back to you.
Michael, thank you. Our earthquake expert, Dr. Pat Abbott, is joining us now to explain last night's quake. And Pat, this was a shallow quake, so why do you think it was felt so intensely by so many people across such a broad area?
Well, that really makes a big difference, the depth below the surface that the fault moves. If it's, 10 miles down, the earthquake waves weaken as they're traveling to the ground surface. But this is less than a mile deep, which means if you want to look at it like an explosion, the explosion is like right beneath your feet, and you really get to feel all that earthquake energy.
Okay, this also was a quake that some people are wondering, is this a precursor? Because we've had a lot of these small clusters of quakes now. Is this foreshadowing something bigger to come then?
Well, no, basically it's business as usual, life in Southern California. And the fact that it's a cluster of earthquakes, well, that's the way earthquakes are. You see, we tend to look at what's the big one, that's the earthquake, but you don't have just one earthquake. Faults move over a periods of weeks, and so that's what those many, many small earthquakes are. That's the continuing movements along this one fault, and it's not done yet. It will keep going for at least weeks more. One
thing you said to me that was interesting, there's really no way to really predict earthquakes at this point, when the big one might hit.
Unfortunately, we have zero ability to do that. We can tell you where they're going to be, how big they're going to be, when the last one occurred. We can give you a good understanding like that, but we cannot tell you tomorrow, next year. We can't tell you the day or year that it's going to happen.
Can you explain why some people here in San Diego or in our area who say they felt the quake, even the one that happened today, why some people said they felt it for just a few seconds, others said it was a lot longer?
Well, yes, and that's another interesting thing. What people feel is very, very different, not only just because of the individual people, but where you are, what kind of building you're on. So the fault moves for just several seconds, but once it's moved and a building is shaking, well, a tall building might shake longer, and of course to you that's the earthquake, it's still just shaking. If you're on soft sediment like a Mission Beach, soft sand, that may start moving in a jello-like kind of fashion, and you feel the shaking longer. In other words, it takes longer for the soft ground to quiet down and stop moving. So there's things like that, the actual fault movement time, and then how much time it takes for given soils or given buildings to finish their shaking.
Okay, world-renowned expert Dr. Pat Abbott, thank you so much for joining us. Stay with us for continuing coverage of the quakes next on ABC World News and on 10 News at 6. And to have earthquake alerts sent straight to your smartphone or tablet, just download our free 10 News app.